Ah, so welcome to yoga this morning. It's July 1st, which is very exciting. We are officially halfway through the year, which is incredible. So we're just going to start our class today lying down. So come lying down on your mat. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. And let's lay in a full Shavasana, which is known as the corpse pose. So the feet go as wide as the mat, the arms are by the sides, and the palms are up. And I'm just shuffling our tarot deck. It helps us get a nice spiritual theme for the class. So as you're lying there with eyes closed, maybe start to sense the temperature of your eyes. And start to sense the breath as it's coming in through the nostrils. And see if you can't intentionally even that breath. So we're inhaling evenly through left and right nostril. And as we're breathing in, we're just sensing into the lung space, and we're feeling the diaphragm attached to the lungs, and it's pulling down, which makes the belly rise up just a touch. Inhaling, full breath, slowing the breath, softening the shoulders, and softening the neck. And taking the tip of your tongue and placing it behind your two top front teeth. And let's drop into our emotional nature today. And maybe just identify how you are feeling. We are living in times of extreme. There's extreme highs, extreme lows. There's nothing in between. Where are you today? And the yogi way is to live in context with the emotional body, in observation of it, fully enjoying it, almost watching yourself constantly like you're a player in a movie. Beautiful. And so today we picked the Hanged Man, and it's really looks like a man hanging upside down from a trellis, and he's making the shape of a figure 4, and his light is illuminating around his head. So imagine around your own head, this bright golden beautiful light emanating from the back of the skull, which is the home of atman, or your soul. And you would imagine if you were hanging upside down from a trellis, there's just not a whole lot you can do. And that's where we're at in this world. We're in a place of holding, waiting, seeing, and that's okay. So go ahead and start to slide your feet towards your heels. Maybe lift up your hips and place them down again. And bring your arms into a T and press the palms down. Soften your shoulders, soften your neck, your jaw. Again, keep that tongue behind your two top front teeth. And gently, let's just rock those knees, left and right. And hold that visual, golden, beautiful light emanating from the back of the skull, really right from that place that's pressed into your mat right now. And with your eyes closed and maybe even rolled up and crossed a little bit, you can take a sweet gaze through that third eye center. And placed within that gaze is that which you hold divine, any image, any form that just makes your heart sing. What do you see as the divine? Beautiful. Come back to neutral. Let's bend the arms so they end up in cactus arms. And then we're going to heel toe those feet together to touch and let the knees splay open. And you might have to just pause here to soften, soften, soften. So soften those shoulders again, let them open. Soften the hips, let them open. And reconnect with your breath. This time we're intending for the exhale to be longer than the inhale. So as you're breathing in, maybe counting 4 ohms. And as you're breathing out, counting 6 ohms. I'm just starting to feel the weight of the body pressed against the earth. So the yogis teach that the soul centered in the back of the skull is your true nature. And this true nature is simply covered by what we call sheaths or coverings, koshas, we call them. There's 5 of them. They don't matter right now. What matters is that you're present in the physical sheath, the covering made of food. Feel sensing muscles, bones, movement of blood, breath. Beautiful. Slide those arms up overhead. Do a nice little reach, a stretch through the fingertips, and then reach for opposite elbows. Once you get there, you may have to shift a little, shimmy those shoulders around, and maybe draw your feet either in towards you or away from you. Excuse me. And just keep breathing. So the one covering made of food, that's easy to remember. We're so into this physical. But what's so interesting about this physical, regardless of your attachment to it, is it will go away, this physical body, and maybe start to relate to this physical body as you would your dream body. Every night, you go to sleep, you take on a form, you wake up and that form is gone forever, and you don't worry about it at all. Go ahead and release your hands, bring them down to the knees, press the knees together. Hands can go behind the thighs as we're gonna point and flex the toes. As you do this, make sure you soften through the shoulders, the neck, and the face. If you're comfortable, arms can be by the sides, palms down. And then let's flex those feet nice and tight and just soften everything. As you deepen the breath, focusing your energy just on the lungs. So as we're inhaling in, filling the lungs, you can feel the diaphragm pull down, but don't let the belly push up too much. And fully, completely exhaling, pulling that navel in deep towards the back of the spine, pulling it in, hitching it up a little bit. You'll start to engage through the pelvic floor. Maybe starting to think to yourself, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Or if you need to think about your attachment to this physical body and your detachment from all the bodies you take while you're dreaming. Beautiful. Press those palms down now. If you have any situations in your lower back, you can place your hands underneath your lower back. We're going to take an inhale here. As we exhale, bring the right heel down to the mat to hover, and then inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bring that left leg down. Inhale, bring it up. If you need to modify, you can simply bend the knees. And we're moving with breath. Inhaling and exhale. And let your energy consolidate in your solar chakra just above your navel. You can send that beautiful golden light emanating from the back of the skull into that solar plexus. Maybe thinking of that light as prana, vital life force energy. And elevating it, making it brighter, making it shine, simply with your deep, lovely, beautiful breath. Beautiful. Feet come back to the side. Bring the knees in. Let's do a little circle drawing of the knees together so that we get a full massage of the sacrum. And then we'll take it in the other direction. Beautiful. Come to stillness. Leave the big toes touching, one hand on each knee, and pull the knees out and away from each other. It's like you're drawing circles on the sky. You're treading water here. And starting to feel that covering made of food, warming up, loosening up. And maybe even the emotional body is starting to settle a little bit. Beautiful. Take it in the other direction. Now you're going to make a choice to either roll to the right or take your hands behind your legs. You can rock and roll forward and back a few times. Best done on a thicker mat. And then you'll just crisscross your ankles, roll over. We're going to end up in a tabletop position centered on our mat. Take a look at those hands. They look like starfish. Take a bend to your elbows left and right so that you do not hyperextend. Hyperextension looks like when we roll the elbows out. Makes yoga easier because we collapse into our bones. But why would we do anything easy? Curl the toes. We're going to inhale, press the heart forward, look up and out. Exhale, round through the spine, starting to draw your tailbone towards your heels. Probably we've all done a million cat-cows, so just make this your own. And moving with breath, eyes can close, cross, keep them drawn up to that third eye center. And in that third eye center, we place a form. The form is that which you relate to as divine. It can be from your religious background. It can be as simple as your favorite flower. Beautiful. Release your toes if they're curled, and let's push back into a narrow child's pose. So keep the knees together, the heels together. Walk your fingers out like they're spiders. Pull forward long and then push through the tailbone, and then let your head just hang down. And just keep breathing. Your tongue has
Pam, we can't hear you.
Behind you. Your tongue has forgotten your place. Go ahead and put it back behind your two top front teeth. And then as you inhale, rise up. And we'll come into a down dog. So press your sits bones up to the sky. And we can start to walk this out. Bending one knee, bending the other. And then let's come to stillness. Bend the knees a little bit. Push the tailbone higher into the sky. Make sure those fingers are pressed firmly to the earth. Thumb, index finger merged. As you're exhaling, pulling that navel deep to the back of the spine, in and up. And following with the pelvic floor. And this is the pose of strength. Represents the trinity of yoga, body, mind, spirit. If you just squeeze your thighs together a little bit, the energy pulls out of the wrists, goes towards the back body, and it becomes the resting pose it was designed to be. As you exhale, bring the knees to the earth. Slide your hands to your knees. We're going to inhale, rise up, curl the toes, interlace your middle ring, pinky fingers, soften those shoulders. Press your hips forward as you inhale. Look up, open through the heart. Keep breathing. There should be no energy at all in your lower back. Feeling the weight of this physical body pressing through the knees into your mat. Feeling, sensing the temperature in your room, smells, sounds. Level your gaze, release your fingers, take an inhale. As you exhale, bring your right hand to your ankle, and then turn your gaze up, and again we press forward and keep breathing. And then inhale, bring it up. Exhale, left hand to the heel. Again, turn the hips, turn the gaze up. And then inhale, reach up. And then let's just slide in and out of this, moving with breath. So yogis believe in reincarnation. We believe you die and you come back, you die, you come back, and you do this until you're released really from what holds you here, and that's your emotional nature. So until we can resolve the conflicts within our heart, we will come back to this earth again and again and again. And the most strongest pull back to the earth is the emotion of resentment, which is really seated in anger. Exhale, bring the hands back to the earth, walk it forward. Let's come back to that down dog. Bending one knee, bending the other. It's easy right now to witness anger on the earth, to identify it as coming from outside of you, because good Lord knows you can't be that mad. From the stillness, let the heels sink. But all the problems of the earth are coming from inside of you, inside of me. These thoughts, these feelings becoming actionable on the material plane. So resolving in your own heart to explore, to heal any resentment or anger you might have. Maybe in your mind's eye, you can even just admit to yourself, I am angry because, and it's okay. Take a look at your hands. We're going to slowly walk our feet to the front of the mat. Some people like to hop, that's fun too. Once you get there, inhale, half lift, bend the knees a little bit, and fold forward, hinging at the hip creases. Let the head hang heavy. Deepen the breath. And as you inhale, I want you to rock forward onto the toes, and as you exhale, rock back onto the heels, lifting the feet. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And then the next time you're back on those heels, I want you to stay there, toes lifted. Take a little micro inhale up, exhale, folding even deeper. Your head can hang heavy. And take the feet to the earth. If you use blocks, it's a good time to grab them right now. Have them at the front of your mat, holding on to the earth or the mat. We're going to lift the right heel behind us. And keep your hips as much like headlights facing the earth as possible. Take the energy out of those left toes and let your gaze go to your knee. Engaging through the glute, we lift higher and higher. And just keep breathing. Let's take that leg, we're going to wrap it behind the standing leg. I want you to bend your knees together. Take an inhale, then exhale, fold, hang heavy. And if your knees are really cuddled together, it makes this a little bit more stable. Every breath in, you're going to notice lengthens your spine. Every breath out, that heart comes closer and closer to the knees. Beautiful. Bend both knees. Unwrap those legs. And now we'll lift that left leg behind us. Same process. Feel the four corners of the standing foot. So you can even do a little circle, maybe finding all of them. Then find stillness. Get the energy out of the right toes. Lift that left heel higher and then take your gaze to your knee. And just feel the strength. Sometimes it feels good to engage that thigh just above the knee. And then we're going to take that foot, wrap it behind, snuggle those knees together with a bend, a little bend, inhale, then exhale, fold. Again, hinging at the hip creases, heart to the knees, head hangs heavy. Maybe still contemplating something that's making you angry or resentful. Usually it's something that feels completely out of your control, something that has no resolution. And go ahead and bend, unwind those feet, bend the knees a little bit as we inhale, reverse waterfall, all the way up, reach up, interlace those fingers again. Take an inhale, look up, open through the heart, soften the shoulders, keep breathing. And then level the gaze, open the arms. Take an inhale here, exhale, just reach behind you, look over your shoulder, then look up. And then inhale back through center. Bring the left hand behind you, hand is open, exterior. And then look up and flow in and out of this. Smile if you got one. Beautiful. Bring those hands up. Now let's bring our hands to heart center, and then we'll just drop our hands by our sides. Close your eyes. Find the four corners of those feet again. Tadasana mountain pose. Engage the thighs above the knees. And find your heart beating in your chest and send the breath to it. And send the heartbeat to the palms of the hands and feel like you're holding your heart. Eyes closed, crossed, drawn up to that third eye center, visioning your form. And then we draw a line from the third eye center to the back of the skull, where that beautiful golden light of the soul is emanating from. You are complete. Inhale, reach up, interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Take an inhale, exhale to the left or right, it doesn't matter, look up. And take a nice little tug on that upper hand. Smile. And we come back through center and we take it to the other side. Beautiful. Let's come back through center. Bring those hands now in front of you. Do not move your spine. We're just kind of pulling on our shoulders, left and right. So we've got, I think, 5 planets in retrograde right now. That means they appear to be going backwards. That means we're revisiting. We're given the opportunity to revisit the past. And whether you want to revisit the past or not, it's going to come up for you. Go ahead and inhale back up. Now separate your arms into a V. We're going to exhale, bring those arms down and back, and then inhale, bring them up and around. There you go. Bring it up forward and down. This is so good if your shoulders are having any situations. A lot of our anger, our resentment arises from past unresolved conflict. You might even be upset still at someone who is no longer on the material plane, upset at a former boyfriend from high school that you're never going to see again. Beautiful. Lift those arms up now. Bring them out into a T. We're going to draw those tiny little circles. And so the question is how to resolve that in your heart, right? And there's so many ways to do it, you know. A lot of people will sit down and journal, write about it, talk about it. Or we can just meditate and just sit down, enter that field. And as we enter that field, send out the vibration of forgiveness and healing. Take it in the other direction. I know this is hard. It looks so simple. Humbling to the shoulders. Beautiful. Take a little pause. Now flip the hands, reach up, and bring the hands back to heart center. If you're not at the front of your mat, get there. Close your eyes for a moment. You can make a wish. Maybe that wish is for peace, healing, forgiveness. And then opening your eyes, we inhale, reach up, bend the knees softly, exhale, fold, touch the mat. And let's just do that a few times. Inhaling, reaching up, looking up. Exhaling, hands to the heart. And just reminding yourself that you are flushing that lymphatic system, moving with breath. You are hyper-oxygenating your bloodstream, feeding your organs. The next time you're low, stay there. Place your attention on your right foot. We're going to step it to the back of the mat. Raise runner's lunge. You can always use your blocks to lift you up here. Slide those right toes back. Get that heel lifted and really strengthen, lengthen through that back leg. Left knee's over the ankle. Lift the toes. Get the energy out. And then pull back on that left hip. Connect with the energy of the spine and the heart. As you inhale, imagine you're just straightening, pulling, wringing out that spine. Maybe even squeezing the thighs together a little bit. Take an inhale here. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And then let's straighten that leg. Slide your hands, your blocks underneath your shoulders. Lift the front toes. Come to a half lift of the spine. Pull back on the left hip. Then exhale, press that heart forward. And roll the chin down. Deepening the breath. And maybe the mantra can now be something a little more direct. May I know peace. May I know peace. And that's really what that hanged man is experiencing. He looks like he's on a torture device, hanging upside down. But he's very peaceful. He has accepted the circumstances he's in. He's just waiting. Beautiful. Walk the hands, the blocks, bend the knee, bring the back knee to the earth, release the top of the foot. We're going to straighten that front leg for a half split. Pause here to lift the spine. We're going to press that heart forward. We're going to swoosh our foot left and right, just the foot on the ankle, not the shin. And then pull that foot over to the left, pull back on that left hip again, and press forward through the heart. Chin can roll down. Beautiful. Let's walk it forward. Lift that back knee. We're going to bring both hands to the earth. We're going to step into a plank position, knowing you can always put those knees down. Make sure your bottom is not up or down. This is a nice place to push forward on the toes and back and start to massage the wrists a little bit. Beautiful. Take a pause here. We're going to bring the knees to the earth, chest and chin as you slide down onto your belly. And let's go ahead and just slide the elbows forward so that they're in alignment with the shoulder. Sphinx position. We're going to seal the heels, the toes together. Look straight out or look down at your hands. And then imagining your breath is like a roller coaster riding the spine. We inhale, the crown of the head rides up. And as we exhale, the heart just sinks forward. If you do have pinching in your lower back, take your feet wide. As your thoughts begin to wander, if you're not on the contemplation, think to yourself, may I know peace. Close your eyes, open them. Take your hands so they're pressed together. The elbows stay directly under the shoulders. Curl your toes and lift into another plank position. First one was for the shoulders. This one's for the abs. Just keep breathing. And gently bring the knees to the earth, and we'll come into a wide child's pose. Once you get there, just really wiggle in. So maybe rocking the hips side to side, making those little spiders of your fingers. You can pull that spine long and then push through that tailbone. And the head hangs heavy. Resentment, anger, they're kind of sneaky. I was driving here today and some geese, a whole family of them was walking across the road. You know, I stopped, I waited, I don't know. But it reminded me years and years and years ago, same situation, but the man behind me was honking like crazy. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do? Run over the ducks, right? And it was just in that moment, like I was so mad at him. I didn't even know him. Wow. And what am I really mad? Was I mad at him? Or am I mad at impatience? Right? Am I mad at people who don't care about the animals, the planet? I mean, there's so much packed into one tiny little thing. And all of that we have to resolve in our heart. Go ahead and come back to the tabletop. We're going to come back to the down dog. Again, do what you need, but I feel stillness here. Such intense stillness with the heels pressing deep into the earth. The little micro bend of the knees, and then that tailbone reaching higher and higher as you squeeze those thighs together. Just let that head hang heavy, filling up with blood. And let the breath deepen. Beautiful. That right foot is going to end up between your hands somehow, even if you have to reach down for the ankle and pull it forward. Once you get there, lift those front toes, slide the back toes all the way back, press through the heel, and then pull back on that right hip. Spine gets super long. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten that front leg, slide your hands under your shoulders, and you can inhale and exhale a few times just to get a little loosened up before you finally find that leg straight, front toes lifted, pulling back on the right hip, pressing forward with the heart. Just noticing, sometimes in a situation we work so hard to forgive the other person when the real person we need to forgive first is ourselves. So may I know peace. May I know forgiveness. Beautiful. Bend that front knee. We're going to place the back knee on the earth. You can release the toes if you like. We're going to straighten that leg for our half split. Again, that foot goes left and right on the ankle, so the shin's still facing the sky. And then take the toes all the way to the right, pull back on that right hip, and press forward with the heart. And just keep breathing. This one's always a good one. Beautiful. Bend the knee. Walk your bricks or hands forward. Lift that knee. We're going to step forward, standing forward fold. You're plenty warmed up, so take your hands to your ankles. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, pull yourself in deeply. Forehead's hanging heavy. Beautiful. Fingertips to the earth. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then drop the hands by the side, close the eyes, find your mountain again. Send that breath to the beating heart, feeling it beat in the chest, sending that beat to the hands. And placing form in the third eye center, drawing the line to the skull, connecting with that golden halo of light, really. If we could drop the emotional body, the biggest obstacle to realization of your soul body, then you would know bliss, you would know happiness, divinity, no more suffering. Beautiful. Bring the hands back to heart center. We'll inhale, rise up. Exhale, softly fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands to the earth. Step back with that right foot. Just take a pause for a breath to step back with the left foot. And again, if you like to do those little pushes forward and back, we always take about 3 or 5 breaths here, strengthening the shoulders. On an exhale, knees connect to the mat, chest and chin slide to the belly. And this time I want you to take your hands from the shoulders forward, maybe 3 to 5 inches. Take your feet wide on your mat, and we're gonna press up. Shoulders are away from the ears. Keep breathing. If it's comfortable, you can take an inhale, look left. Exhale, look right. And we'll come back through center, lower down, slide the hands under the shoulders, press the knees to the mat, add a little modified slow push up, maybe a little puppy pose, sits bones over the knees, reaching forward. And then slide the hands under the shoulders to make your way back to down dog. Let's lift the right foot up behind us, sinking the left heel down. And then we're going to bend the knee, open the hip, engage through the glute. And as you inhale, straighten the leg and bend the knee, and then exhale, bend it again. And do that a few times, inhaling and exhaling. Now bend that knee, level the hips to the earth, straighten the leg, reach the heel way up high, engage the glute. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring that knee in for like a deep hover. Shoulders rotate over the wrists. Pull the knee in. We do not want the foot to touch the mat. That's the goal. Get it between the hands. All right, now yoga goals. Seal that back foot to the mat and look at your feet. Make sure they're hip width distance apart. And then we're going to inhale, rise up, warrior one. In warrior one, your knee is over your ankle. We're rolling to the outside edge of that left foot, pressing through it, pushing the hips forward. Shoulders are soft. Take your gaze up, look through your hands. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten that front leg, level the gaze, bring your hands behind you like airplane wings. Press forward with the heart. Pause here. Pulling back on the right hip. Energy out of those scrunchy toes. And then bring the fingertips to the earth. Let the head roll down. Again, pulling back on the right hip. And now let's bend into that front knee and just step into a standing split. Forehead to the knee. And bring that foot to the back of the mat again. Reach out with your left arm. We'll reverse cartwheel into a warrior two. So heel toe the right foot over to the left. Straighten the back foot to 90 degrees. And widen your stance. When you look down at your knee, you can see your big toe only. Flip your hands, get the muscles tight to the bone, and then flip those hands back over. Energy out of the fingers, deepen the breath. Flip the right hand, reach up for the sky, send the heart to the sky. And then just straightening that front leg, maybe reach, reach, reach. Nice, beautiful stretch to the psoas. Bend that knee, cartwheel to the earth, stepping into that high plank position. Again, just pausing here for a few breaths. And then exhaling knees, chest and chin, slide to the belly. This time you can take that cobra again with the hands forward or leave your hands under your shoulders and we'll lift up into, I guess we'll call proper cobra. Pressing through the pubic bone. And then releasing, add that push up and we'll come to down dog. And enjoy the stillness, the quiet. When you think of strength, you don't think of the people who are running around with their heads cut off. You think of those just still, immovable people. Lift that left leg behind you now. Sink the right heel down. We're going to bend the knee, open the hip up. And then as you inhale, straighten the leg and bend and straighten. And then bend, level the hips back to the earth, straighten the leg, lift up with the glute. That's the inhale. Exhale, bring that knee in for the deep, deep, deep hover, hold. And intending someday to get that foot between the hands without touching the mat. Slide the back heel to the earth, warrior one. Soften the shoulders, looking up through the hands, rolling to the outside edge of that foot. Inhale straight and take those arms behind you, airplane wings. Lead with the heart. Lift the toes, pull back on that left hip. And on your next exhale, fingertips come to the earth and let the head hang heavy. And coming to the toes of the back foot, standing split, forehead to the knee. And try to keep your hips level to the earth. Bring your foot to the back of the mat. Reach out with your right arm as we reverse cartwheel, warrior two. Make your adjustments. So that foot is straight on. We see only the big toe. Flip the hands, tighten those muscles, and flip the hands back over again. And this is truly Shakti power pose, sending energy to that infinite field of possibilities, applying manifestation principles. Just say to yourself through the heart, may I know peace. Flip the left hand, reach up for the sky. And then straighten that leg, reach further, further, further. Bend the knee, cartwheel, step forward. And inhale, rise up. Bring the hands to heart center and drop them by the sides. And breathe. So you know the practice. Breath to the beating heart, heartbeat to the palms of the hands. Form placed in third eye center. Prana flows to the back of the skull, lifts you up. And a little trick, once you're in that heart space, is you can ask your heart to tell you an answer, yes or no. So as you peacefully stand here, ask your heart, show me yes. And notice which way you sway. And show me no. And if there's any confusion around your situation, this anger, resentment, ask your heart. And sometimes we don't even like the answer it gives us, but believe it. It's true. That's the way. Open the eyes, lift the arms in front of you, palms are down. Come to the toes. Pause here for a moment, breathe. And then we're gonna slowly come lowering down, bringing those knees wide around the elbows. Once you're there, maybe even heel toeing the feet together a little bit more. You got it. And then we're gonna come possibly down to the elbows. Garland pose. Sometimes it's fun to see if you can't lift your hands and wrap them around your heels, and it becomes a little balance challenge. Now, you guys know me, I love to thunk on the sits bones. Actually helps to stimulate digestion. If that doesn't agree with you, you can just rock forward onto your knees, crisscross your ankles. We're gonna end up comfortably seated. Close your eyes. Hands on the knees. Just pause here a moment to notice how you feel. May I know peace. May I know happiness. May I respond with kindness. May I know forgiveness. May I know love. Feel sensing the strength in your stillness. Beautiful. Blink the eyes open. We're going to take the right leg and place it on top of the left. Hopefully the shins align. You can flex the feet. Always nice to lift up on the hips here. If this doesn't work for you, just sit crisscross applesauce. If the knee's popping up, put a block there. Let's inhale, lift the arms up, bring them out wide. And then we're going to take the right arm over the left. Give yourself a little massage. They say we needed 6 or 7 hugs a day to be healthy and happy. We're down to 3. Now we only need 3. So you've gotten 1. You can let your eagle arms fly here. Maybe the hands touch. Maybe the arms are wide. Doesn't really matter. It's the story of your shoulders, right? Soften the shoulders and then push them forward a little bit and lift them up. Look up. These are eagle arms. We can learn a lot from animals. Like animals are so forgiving, so loving. Take a big inhale, exhale, bring the elbows forward. You might get here and need to release your arms, that's okay. This is really for your hips, double whammy on the shoulders if you stay in eagle. And notice where you're gripping, maybe that tongue has slid away from the top teeth. Beautiful. Let's inhale, slide up. Bring your fingertips behind you to open into a wide V. Sometimes sitting on an edge of a blanket here is nice. Roll those feet around on the ankle first. And then flex those feet deeply, pushing forward with the heart. Bring your hands to the sticky on the wood or the mat and walk your fingers forward. Heart is leading, you won't go very far. Flex the feet. Close your eyes, connect with your breath. As you inhale, imagine the spine grows even a millimeter. Exhale, heart comes forward. Beautiful, let that go. And now we're gonna go back to our Lincoln log pose. You guys remember those. This time left is on top of right. Feet are flexed. Again, we lift up the hips just to get firm. Arms come out wide. This time left goes over right. Take that hug again. Now we got 2 hugs today. In the age of social distancing, I'm used to getting like 30 hugs. Go ahead and let those arms fly and let the shoulders soften and then kind of pull them up a little bit, a little forward, lift the elbows, look up. And then exhale, start to bring the elbows over the knees, unwrap if you need to, and just keep breathing. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly come up. Let's take those legs back into a wide V. This time we're going to lift the arms and then take your left hand to your toes or your shin. Take that right arm, drag it across your shoulders to open yourself up, and then just lean into this. And breathe. And inhale, come on up, and then take it to the other side. And then inhale back up. Take your hands under your knees, bring them together, and then we're going to just slowly come rolling down onto our mats. Bring those knees in for a hug. Again, we keep the knees together, draw those circles on the sky, massage the full width of the sacrum. And I'm just going to remind everybody watching that for Shavasana, I'll play the gong for about 5 minutes. And then after that, take your knees in the other direction. After that, we'll come sitting up for a meditation. So you can decide just to stay with that or not. Beautiful. Come to stillness. Line your knees with your hips. Bring your arms back to that T, palms down. Take the knees to the right, head to the left. And then bring those knees back to center and take them to the other side. And coming back to center, you have time to do any sort of pose you like before we go to final rest. As you move to Shavasana, take the time to possibly put a blanket over your chest and maybe a t-shirt over your eyes. And just let the healing vibrations of the gong wash through your subtle body, helping you to energetically align. You can start to take a big breath in, big breath out. And we're going to wiggle through our fingers, wiggle through our toes, rolling the wrists, rolling the ankles. And as you wish, you can draw your arms up over your head, maybe interlace your fingers, flip your palms, and wiggle through your hips, pressing one foot, pressing another. And then bring those hands back to your heart center, rub them together, make them warm. And then take those warm eyes and press them into your eyes and bless yourself. And then as you wish, you can gently roll to the right, making a pillow for your head. Setting an intention for the remainder of the week to drop into that contemplation, to do some work around the anger, the resentment, those strong emotions that are binding you and suffering, keeping you here in this realm in an endless loop. And we'll gently use our hands to come up to seated for meditation. As we enter meditation, maybe we can contemplate name and form of the hanged man, totally at peace, hanging upside down from a beam, shape of a 4, arms tied behind his back with that beautiful golden light. So imagining at the back of the skull, that halo, golden white light. And just noticing the body breathes. Placing in your third eye center that image which you hold divine. And just breathing in, breathing out. Maybe just thinking to yourself the word peace. In Sanskrit, it's Shanti. As you have thoughts, as you wander, just come back again and again. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly rolling your chin down to your chest, letting your head hang heavy. And maybe even rounding, leaning forward a little bit, and just let the thoughts naturally, organically arise, coming back to the mind. And then leveling your gaze, maybe looking up and around, finding yourself back in space and time. And then we'll bring our fingertips to forehead center, bowing in gratitude for this day, for this practice. Thank you for sharing it with me. Namaste. Thank you. Goodbye, guys. Thank you. Heidi says goodbye too. And meeting. There we go. Hi. Are you here for the 11 o'clock? Yeah. It's gentle. Kathleen's teaching it. Yeah. Thanks for coming. I know. Felt good, didn't it? You can come in and just have a seat on one of the blue lines. Kathleen will get here shortly. Get her all set up. Is it okay with the Zooming at the same time as class? Yeah. Okay, good.
It's kind of good to know there's other people.
I know, it's nice to have a little extra company. You don't even know that they're there or not. Do you have any big plans today, Heidi?
Oh, work. I have to trim the new collars my husband and I built for lunch.
Okay.
Come up with a design for it. Just keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Fasteners up and straight.
Okay. Sounds nice.
Find the right pieces to do it.
All right, and I'm headed to that closet right behind you. I'll just warn you, you're gonna get a little bit of sun here. That doesn't bother you.
Right. It definitely keeps you up.
It does.
So I'm coming through there with everything.
Yeah, or you can slide over.
Yeah. I made that mistake.
Yeah, I've done that myself 100 times, and then you're like, oh, now that is warm.
Yeah, it's really good. Doesn't seem like.
But you'll probably want to be still over here because Kathleen's going to be here,
Okay.
which is if you might be the only person in the class.
Oh, really?
Which, yeah, I don't know how many people are signed up, but
Okay.
we'll just say it's been light.
I was up in Montgomery.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. We had the first night she opened, we had 2.
Yeah.
The next time was 3, and then the next week was 4.
Oh, good.
It was with Chris.
Oh, yeah, Chris always does really good.
He's great.
All right, I'm going to run my stuff down and then grab everything Kathleen will need.
Thank you, Pamela.
Thank you.